Well, hello there to my Leos. This is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Leos, let's get into it. This is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your video. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday. This reading is for the 24th of October through the 31st of October. All right, so the moon has moved into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is the largest planet. It's associated with the color purple, not the movie, the color purple, but the actual color purple, which is also associated with the crown chakra, right? And it's associated with the day of the week, Thursday, right? So Jupiter is the planet of morals, ethics, adventure, hubris, confidence, possibilities, zest for life, enthusiasm, horizons, abundance, blessings, good fortune, opportunities, right? So this is where you get a chance to speak some things into existence, where you're expecting something good to happen. But in order for that to happen, you're going to have to purge something else, right? So you're going to have to say, okay, I need to part ways with something that I may have been holding on to, meaning that I may have been linking up with some energies that's bringing out some feelings of jealous or being secretive or obsessive. Like I may have been linking up with some of those energies, the number 8, right? In terms of intimacy and shared possessions. So if I've been talking to somebody about intimacy and shared possessions and they're obsessive or they're secretive or jealous in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and they're bringing out that in me, I need to stop linking up with that energy. I need to purge that energy. The moon is in a fire sign. I need to get out in my element as a Leo. You're ruled by the sun. I need to get out in the sun. I need to cleanse that spirit off of me so that I can balance out my hormones. Right? I can get out in the sun. I can get out in that sunlight, right? So let's do it, right? I start each day with a positive day. Yeah, because especially if that was something that was a night before, you're talking to somebody, you could have been on the phone with somebody, that could have been resting on your spirit in your sleep. Somebody talking about, something negative and low vibrational about somebody, and, something could have come across as them being secretive or obsessive or jealous or something that's just resting on your spirit. And you're like, oh my God, I need to get out and get some sunlight. I need to get out and get some sunlight. So get out and get some sunlight. Get out and get some sunlight, right? So that you never know. So you can get some good news. You can get some downloads. You can start feeling better. You don't want that stuff to rest in your spirit. But before you do that, write down every negative thought that's coming across your mind and toss it into a burning bowl. We do sell burning bowls, by the way. But yeah, toss all that negative stuff. Write it down. Get it out. Your energy is directed outward. Get it out. Write it down, toss it into a burning bowl, and just burn it. If you don't have one, you can either purchase one or you can just throw it in the sink. Somewhere near water, right? Somewhere near water. Current situation is this. That's right. Current situation. You're having dreams. This is what I'm talking about. Dreams. You have psychic gifts. So you're putting it into any low vibrational thoughts that you have about dreams, because the sun is going to cleanse you of that, right? You having dreams and downloads. If it's something that's low vibrational, or it's like you're having some kind of secret obsessions or something that's causing you to be jealous or obsessing over something, and you're like, no, I need some clarity. And the sun is going to bring clarity to something, right? The sun is going to bring some clarity to something. Get outside and get some sun. Get outside and get some sun. By yourself, just so we're crystal clear, okay? Alone, not talking to somebody else. By yourself, alone. Because you're trying to gain some kind of clarity. You're trying to put an end to the confusion. Remember, the key is getting out in your element, right? Yeah, because the challenge is this, right? The challenge is what's of value to you, because you had a first impression of something, right? You had a first impression that somebody was keeping some secrets from you, right? Their past. You had a belief about something that somebody was keeping their past from you. You weren't really sure. You don't know what to believe, right? And that's of value to you, because you don't want to be overwhelmed financially in the physical realm, right? Ace of Pentacles. So an earth sign could be of value to you. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus could be of value to you. So you had a first impression. And guess what? Whenever you are confused, get outside in that sunlight. Get outside in that sunlight. Because you're talking to a higher power, meaning that you're, whether it's through prayer, meditation, hugging a tree, taking a swim, but you're getting outside by yourself. By yourself. You gain some answers. All the answers that you need are within, because Source is going to take you through very meticulously. Source is going to take you through, you're learning how to save yourself. You're learning how to save yourself. Source is going to take you through a series of memories. Is somebody looking for you to save them? Somebody looking for you to be the knight in shining armor? Are they coming across as them saving you? Knight is number 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Some kind of inspired action. Right? Does somebody see you as coming in on some... well, this horse isn't a white horse. This horse is gray. There's somebody, is a gray area there where you're just not 100% clear in the way someone talks to you about their past. You know, this is where Leo, because you got love coming across your path, or because remember, time is relative. So you could have love in your life right now. You could have, remember when I say time is relative, the only thing that matters is right here and right now, okay? You could have love in your life right now, or it could be coming across your path, right? And as far as past is concerned, sometimes things require a yes or no, okay? Especially when you talk about, okay, let's get to the root of something. Ace of Pentacles is getting to the root. We need to get to the nitty gritty. We need to get to the root of something, okay? I need to know something. Is you or ain't you? No, but no, seriously, I need to know. I need to know what's up. Okay. Because the seed was planted about something where somebody grew up. The way somebody grew up. I need to know. So help me. Help me understand. I'm trying to live a softer life, right? I'm trying to live a softer life. And what you don't need is confusion, right? Here's the 7 of Pentacles. So I'm trying to put something to rest. I'm trying to put something to rest. Here's the 7 of Pentacles here, right? So I'm trying to put something to rest, right? Because somebody knows how to astral project here. This is the Moon card here. Somebody knows how to astral project and trying to show you some things, right? And which can be kind of scary, right? Really, for some people. And I mentioned in one previous reading about Ebenezer Scrooge, the movie, right? And which obviously the creator, the writer of movies is coming from somewhere. Like when you listen to like writers and directors of movies, no matter what the movie is, it's always interesting to see where they came up with this concept. How did you come up with that? Like, where did that come from? And they always tell about something happened. They had a dream about something and it takes off on a whole nother. Because that's what creativity is. It's chaotic and confusing until you add structure to it. So you're saving yourself by trying to understand where that seed was planted. How that seed was planted. Like finding out about somebody's past. You're just coming right up Front Street, right? You're going outside and getting some sunlight. You want to get to the root of something, right? How something was mastered. How somebody mastered something. This is the 8 of Pentacles here. How something was mastered. You want to know. Right? And that's a great question. That's a great question. So yeah, continue starting each day with a positive day. First house, 7th house is going to be of importance to you. Ace of Swords here, because you want clarity. because you're going back down memory lane, because there's two sides of the sword here. So this is about clarity here. All of this is divine feminine energy, meaning receiving. So you're in receiving mode, right? And so this is where the conversation starts here, right? So you're starting out in positive energy. You had a dream, you had a download about something. You had a dream or download about something. And so you're just asking for clarity. So you're not coming in negative and low vibrational about anything. You're just really, really asking for clarity. And that's it, right? Keeping an open mind. So that's the whole purpose of, like, for instance, if you have a negative dream about something and you approach a person that I had a dream, let's say, for instance, you had a dream. Let me see if I can keep it light, because I don't want to plant any seeds that could cause somebody to, say something negative to, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody, because I'm seeing this Knight of Cups here. Let's say you had a dream that, I'm almost feeling like whatever I say, it could plant a seed. I'll use something I saw on social media. Okay, let's say, for instance, you had a dream that somebody on your job, was eating your lunch with somebody, you had a lunch thief, because that's kind of common. I believe it or not, it's kind of common. Somebody takes somebody's lunch at work, right? Nobody knows in the office who's stealing lunches out of the refrigerator. That's kind of common, actually. It's sad, it's common. And so people are trying to find out. I mean, you go check your lunch, an apple is missing, some potato chips are missing, little things missing here and there. First, you kind of think, okay, did I pack that? Like, what? How would you know, right? But you have a download and dream about something, right? So you could save yourself, even though this could mean love, right? But there's also Night, which speaks to number 12. Talk to somebody. Okay, I had a dream that so-and-so, they kind of smell like barbecue potato chips, and that you bought you went to, you went to the store and you got like a 12 pack of like the miniature barbecue potato chips. But when you looked in your lunch bag, you went to the refrigerator for lunch, and you looked in your lunch thing, your barbecue potato chips wasn't there. And you like, I could swear I packed my barbecue potato chips, but this one over here smell like barbecue potato chips. I'm not trying to accuse somebody of eating my potato chips, but your nose is not deceiving. Your nose is not deceiving you. You just trying to gain some clarity, okay? So, but you had a dream about it. You had a dream about something. So you just trying to gain some clarity here. You just trying to understand. You're trying to understand. You're trying to understand. You're trying to figure out what's going on. So you say, let me go take a walk. Okay, Moon is in Sagittarius. You in Sagittarius and Aries are all fire signs. But you're ruled by the sun, right? They rule by other planets, but you rule by the sun, the luminary, the sun. So you going outside, you're like, I'm ruled by the sun. I want some clarity. Let me get this negative energy off me. I don't want to accuse somebody of eating my barbecue potato chips, right? So this is just an example. You go outside and get some clarity. So you're in a positive. You feel like, okay, I'm balanced out now. I balanced this thing out. I got some clarity. So source, help me find out how I could talk to, somebody, just like, just ask my colleague, hey, by any chance, did you happen to open up the wrong lunch container? I mean, because I know I packed some barbecue potato chips and you're just kind of you're just trying to, what was the motive? Like, what's the reason? Right? You're not coming at them like, what was the reason? You're not coming at them like that. But you're just trying to gain some clarity. That's it. Here we have the Six of Wands here. So I do see victory here. I do see victory. So, and it's because you're starting with a positive attitude. And that's it. It's because you're starting with a positive attitude. I do see love coming across somebody's path. And it's because you're learning how to save yourself. by not just being impulsive. Because the next step after the moon, Pisces is ruled by the moon. We're not talking about a Pisces, but Aries is after that, and Pisces ends the wheel. They rule 12th house, and then after that, Aries rules first house. So let's say you wake up and you like, you know what, I'm so fired up. You know what, I can't wait to get to work. And you hop in your car like the Wicked Witch on the Wizard of Oz, and you just and I can't wait to get to work because I'm gonna let them have it. I know I saw them crumbs on the back of their thumb, and they sitting there. I know they not playing in my face, licking the back of their thumbs, or barbecue, salt on the back of their thumbs. I know, right? Then it's gonna turn out a different way, right? So Source is trying to help somebody. Source is trying to help somebody learn how to save themselves, right? It's trying to help you to learn how to save yourself with some things when you're having conversations, with people, because somebody could have aligned themselves with somebody from their past that they could have been in a romantic relationship with, that could have aligned themselves with someone else. Like it could literally be that it could have been a chain reaction, right? And so somebody may not have purged themselves from a past love interest, and it could have spilled over to a new person. It could have worked that way, right? It could have come out that way, right? And so I do see you being victorious in that. See you being victorious in that. Remember, when we're talking about sacral chakra energy, somebody doesn't necessarily have to sleep with the person either, just so we're crystal clear. Something can be reflective. It's a variety of ways. Sacral chakra is variety, right? Somebody could watch somebody online and be drawn in. Somebody could be within someone's auric layer, meaning that they could... in the case of like lunch boxes. Somebody could have their lunchbox could mirror each other, like copy each other. It could literally be something as innocent as somebody's lunchboxes or lunch, whatever, mirroring each other. Somebody could have reached the wrong one. Somebody could say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just didn't know. I'll replace that. I just didn't know. I'll replace that, right? But nevertheless, starting each day with a positive attitude. So many, because when you think about sacral chakra, it really means variety. The basic need for is variety, right? So it's a variety of ways that people can astral project, right, to show you some things. And so everybody's not sleeping with everybody, right? Everybody's not sleeping with everybody. So here we have judgment. Yeah. So your sixth house is also going to be really important as well. Right? Sixth house is also going to be very, very important as well. Right? Yeah. Because people try to bring judgment down on other people for breaking spiritual laws. They try to bring judgment down on people for breaking spiritual laws, right? And so Source is trying to help you to learn that you could be connected to someone that you have. Six looks like a rounded back in the spirit, in a bulging belly, right? You could have had a child with a man or a woman who broke some kind of a spiritual law that is really good at cloaking energy as well, right? And so that could have also been a link there as well, right? Someone who has really learned how to master cloaking energy. This is why, again, when we talk about variety, you want to be, when you're dealing with somebody who's actually mastered it, they should be able to help you understand the variety of how people can astral project energy, right? It's usually best to align yourself with people you're not sexually involved with at all. Somebody who doesn't need you to save them in any way, shape, form. They don't need your money. They don't need you to sleep with them. They don't need you to help grow their money. They don't need you in any way, shape. They really don't need you. They don't need you to, root for them on stage in the audience. None of that. They don't care whether you judge them or not. You don't care whether they judge you. Like there's none of that. Nothing, right? So here's is starting each day with a positive attitude. Starting each day with a positive attitude, right? So get outside and get some sun. Get outside and get some sun. But you're breaking a generational cycle, chain, and curse. This is, again, yet again, Source keeps trying to tell somebody there is an X that you somehow is still, they are still linking up with. They're still linking up with someone from their past that you keep believing that they're linking up with somebody's past. They know how to cloak an energy very well. They know how to cloak an energy very, very well. And so spiritually, somebody has to really pray this energy off of them, because otherwise you're gonna in love, somebody's gonna make the wrong decision, because the seed was already planted in your spirit for a reason. That's why when you're entering into new relationships, and very seldom do people really get this right, self included. I'm going to have to throw myself under the bus. Self included. Very seldom does anybody get this right until you really learn it. Like really learn it, really master. It's like, okay, you really have to purge, like really purge. Like say, okay, I forgive everybody that's hurt me. I have to rise above the judgment of what people think. Because people are going to believe what they want to believe about you. Somebody could tell somebody a lie about you, and people will believe a lie over the truth. Even if it's a partial truth, they'll believe it. They'll be like, oh my God. They'll even, for a razzle dazzle, they'll add some sprinkle to it. So it's just trying to help somebody, like for real. So it's just trying to help you to learn how to rise above the judgment. Yeah, so somebody still has, whoever you may have had kids with, because I'm looking at the number 6, which is a looks like a rounded back and a bulging belly. Whoever you are, you could have had kids or a child with somebody. They still have some feelings. They still feel judged in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and they still feel like that actually split you and them up. They still feel, somebody feels like some people still split you and them up, and it's hard for them to move past that. So you're going to have to be the one that does the purging. You're going to have to be the one that does the purging, because otherwise they are so focused on mastering this almost feeling like they want you to this God complex. They more concerned with this savior kind of sort of complex than saving themselves. Like this almost be like a person that says, you know what, let me just go to therapy. Let me just go to therapy from my past. So they more concerned with, okay, basically it's tit for tat. Somebody broke me and somebody else up. I'm gonna break them up. Every person they get with, I'm gonna break them up. They're obsessed with it. They're literally obsessed with breaking whoever you with. They're gonna break you and somebody else up. Whoever they literally, that's what the judgment card is. It's an obsession. They literally are obsessed with breaking you and somebody else up. So that's the external and environmental influence. Is somebody gotta align themselves with people who are really for real experts at this. Not somebody you're sleeping with. Hopes and fears. Here's the 5 of Pentacles here. You're gonna have to learn how to keep people out of your business. You're gonna have to learn how to keep you and somebody gonna have to learn how to keep people out of your business. Because somebody's ex, whoever you had a child or children with, are still very much in. They know how to get in. They feel like they got the key. They feel like they got the key. They feel like they got two people that hold the key to getting inside. So they can pretend like they don't really care. They can pretend like they don't really care. They feel like they got 2 people that can come in that you're going to open the door wide for. You're going to have to keep them out. So meaning not that you're going to cut them off, but you're going to have to not tell them about what's going on behind closed doors. You're going to have to learn how to rise above the judgment. Oh, you don't even let your own, you don't even talk to your own so-and-so about such and such. No, I don't. Because they can't tell what they don't know. Somebody, in lay terms, somebody's ex is hell-bent on breaking you and somebody else up because they feel like somebody did it to you and them. Okay, I can't say it no clearer than that. They are hell-bent on it. And so this is where you say, okay, I'm determined on making what's going on behind closed doors successful. I have love in my life, right? I'm not there to save them. They're not there to save me. This is what I prayed for, the end, okay? I'm not making any impulsive decisions. You know, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I'm taking my behind outside. I'm getting some sunlight. I'm cleansing all the negative energy off of me. You know, I know what I'm worth, right? I know what I'm worth. Whether you got 2 nickels rubbed together in your bank account, I know what I'm worth, right? But I've mastered something and I know how to save myself. This is you right here, right? Right? And I don't have a problem cutting people off. People can think I'm sitting here showboating, grandstanding if they want to. I don't have a problem with that. I can cut people off like that, right? And I know how to rise above the judgment. I can let whoever think whatever, right? And so that's what somebody feels like. Somebody feel like you cut them off too fast. You didn't take the time to really give them a chance. But somebody need to cut some people out. I mean, you need to keep people out of your business, including your own family members. If you really want something to work, you need to keep people out of your business. So what somebody was telling you, there's an air sign. It's 2 air signs here in your family here, right? That someone has mastered this. They have mastered talking to somebody, planting seeds. And you just seeing this seed grow up. You seeing one of the seeds grow up, right? And they really value the fact that this seed has grown up and burst through the soil, because it's like getting a 2-for-1. It's like, okay, this person is not only their money is growing, but this person's gifts are growing. Both of these energies, gifts are growing. And they're just sitting back watching it. They sit back mastering it, right? But this energy, which you don't see here, is the emotions are behind the cage, meaning that they don't really have any emotions. They're basically like a puppeteer. They're just like a puppeteer. Like, okay, I can control it. And this is the outcome of this. First, you're going to keep these energies out of your personal business. What's going on behind closed doors. That's first and foremost. This is you end up being the Queen of Swords, meaning that, yeah, you're keeping everything high vibrational, starting each day with a positive day. But you're starting out your day by yourself. Even if you're with your person, it's like, hey, I just need to take a walk by myself, you know, clear my mind, clear my head, get out and get some sun, so I can process my thoughts. Yeah, I need to process my thoughts, right? But that's what it is. Somebody's ex feels like somebody came between you and them. And so that's what they, I mean, for them, they feel like, okay, to the end of time, they're going to try to come between you and somebody else. And they are obsessed. But somebody doesn't realize that the judgmental card is death. For them, they feel like to death do us part. It's almost like somebody says, we took these vows, whether y'all are married or not, y'all could just have kids together. They feel like, okay, our kids bind us together forever. What somebody don't realize is that this right here, when somebody this somebody you have kids with or whatever, they messed up your personal and your professional life. This is somebody you have kids with. They messed up your personal and your professional life. And a lot of people don't get this. When you with somebody, you have kids with them, somebody took something way too far. They messed up your personal and your professional life. And so some people will never get that you'll never have anything to do with them. And you don't really care how people judge you. You don't care. People say, well, you could at least do it for the kids. No, you cannot, because they didn't do this for the kids. They decided they're going to mess up your personal and your professional life. They would rather see you out in the cold. They don't care about your kids being out in the cold. They would rather see. So no, you ain't holding a grudge. You're just not holding space. They don't want to see you with anybody else. They would rather see you 6 feet under so they can say they won. All they care about is winning. They don't. It's like somebody don't love somebody. Somebody just, you know, they're usually kids that use the words against you. They just, all they care about is winning at all costs. This is somebody that you have kids with. So wealth is within your reach. So things are starting to flow to you like water. They just want to, this is somebody you have kids with. They just win at all costs. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is that when you think you got things in common with people, you got to learn how to rise above the judgment, because now somebody feels like they didn't went back to your past. They talked about this and that. Oh, you like this person, that person. They did all of this to drag you under to the lowest of low. Like you was just like the scum of the earth, whoever you are, right? And planted all kinds of seeds, cloaked in other people's energy. They did the absolute most, right? So whoever this energy is here, they had to learn how to gain some kind of clarity, right? This is in your family. They had to learn how to gain some clarity of their gifts. So yeah, they inherited this gift, right? So now it's a choice to use this gift for good or evil. They actually inherited a gift, right? So do they use it for good or do they use it for evil? Which side are they going to land on? Are they going to use it for dark moon magic or light moon magic? That's their choice. That's not something that you can save them from, whoever this family member is. Right? Because they grown up now. Right? They grown up through the soil now. The seed was planted. So they choose to use it for good or evil. Right? So you can't be impulsive. But the seed was planted by somebody who feels like somebody came in between your relationship and broke the relationship up. And they are determined to break up every single relationship that's going on behind closed doors. Some people are happily single. Some people are miserable. So here we have somebody has a demon of lust. So somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. Yeah, they can say that phone call. Here we have, you have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' vibrations, their emotions and moods and feelings. So get focused. Get focused. Let go and let God. Your peace is paramount. Angel Gabriel, the messenger of God, is with you. Yeah, so somebody, there it is. Somebody has a bitter ex's lover that wants you. That's what I'm talking about. Just a mess. A whole hot mess. Here we have Angel, the dispenser of justice, is with you. Yeah, so don't return their call. There it is. Because they want to look like they saving you from something. Oh, y'all didn't work out. I'm so sorry to hear that, you know. Because I was kind of thinking. Y'all don't need you to think. I need you to stay out of my business. That's this right here. You can make your own decisions for yourself. If you're in a relationship with somebody, this is it right here. Somebody has a child or children that has this gift. They know how to put an end to doubt so that you can make a clear decision on your own. So that when you decide that you come to somebody, ask them some questions about their past, you already know the answer before they answer it. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like you can go to them and say, hey, look, I had a dream about such and such. Can you clear some stuff up for me? Is there anything you want to tell me? Right? Here's Angel Raphael, the healer and protector of travelers. Right? Because when things are traveling to you through your dream, astral projection or astral traveling through your dreams, right? Right? You don't automatically think somebody must have slept with somebody to get this. No, it's variety. Some people are teaching people how to do things, right? Because they want to know, and they can find out a lot of different ways and how to do certain things. That's how you're going to save yourself, getting out and getting some sun. But somebody's ex feels like they feel like some people broke them up, and they want to break everybody else up. So yeah, personally, I don't know who would want an ex back once a relationship is closed. I mean, I just don't know. At that point, I would keep everybody out of my business. Nobody would know if I was with somebody or not. I wouldn't even tell anybody. I really wouldn't tell anybody. I would let whoever think whatever. Somebody is learning how to rise above the judgment. Yeah, it's time to expand your brain. I wouldn't tell, I mean, for real, I wouldn't, nobody would know. And when I say nobody would know. If I even thought, like, see, somebody could have 2 kids. Like if I had 2 kids and I even thought, let's say for instance, somebody has 6 kids, right? If I felt like 2 of those kids was closest to somebody I thought was like, you know, wanted access to my life. Let's say if I had 6 kids and I had 2 of those kids that I wouldn't tell them. The conversation would be very different. Because how can you censor somebody's conversation? Like, why would I keep saying, don't tell this person this, don't tell that person that? I wouldn't try to control what somebody was saying. I wouldn't do that. I would just know certain conversations I could not have with certain energies. You know, I just couldn't have those kind of conversations with those energies. But somebody is just learning. Somebody is just learning. You got to learn how to keep people. I'm talking about, it has to be airtight. I'm for real. Somebody's getting to a point where you're going to have to let whoever think whatever. Because people will, constantly try to find out, are you seeing somebody? Are you with somebody? I don't see you with somebody. Or I kind of think, I'm not sure. They would do digging, try to go find court records to see if you're married, if you're single, if you're in a spiritual union. They'll ask your neighbors to find out, do you ever see them with somebody? Did you ever hear this and that? All of this. But it really is, somebody feels like, so you're gonna have to learn how to rise above the judgment. That's what it really boils down to. But you won't be returning there, Paul. Source has been trying. You made a very powerful transformation, very powerful. But Source had to take you all the way down to that, where that veil is thin, all the way down to the lowest of frequency, right here, so you can end something. So you can learn how to start communicating, meaning that in a form of communication is saying, hey, listen, I need to get outside and get some sun. I need to get this off of me so I can go through this transformation here, right? Death, rebirth. I need to end this confusion. Everybody is moving on. People are moving on. I need to end this confusion. So yeah, and that's where you're operating, in the spirit of love. That's the spirit of love, not in the spirit of hate. Being impulsive is operating in the spirit of hate. I wouldn't tell nobody I was in a relationship with anybody. I'm serious, y'all. People are if y'all know people be putting spells on people's relationships. This is this somebody's ex. So, but somebody has a somebody's child or children. Somebody is very good at this astral projecting. Yeah, but I do see you being very happy, very, very happy, and being very compassionate as well, right? And possibly a career, and just learning how to protect what you're, the seeds that you're planting. And I just see you just kind of overwhelmed with forgiveness, really, and just, paying attention to your dreams, your downloads. But I do see you living in peace. I see you living in peace. I see you living in peace. But yeah, learn how to protect what's going on behind closed doors, because you got too many people out here breaking up people's relationships and seeing nothing wrong with it. That's what I see for you. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, this is the outcome. This is the outcome, right? You're learning how to keep things very positive, high vibrational, but Source had to take you down to the lowest of frequency, where people would deem it as negative. And it really is not negative. It keeps you balanced out. Source had to show you some secrets so that when you're approaching people about who ate your barbecue potato chips, who stole your potato chips out of your lunch bag at work, you wouldn't just go bolting off and, in the office. I saw them crumbs on the back of your thumbs. Colleague, like, what? We got the same kind of lunch. I apologize. I'll go to the store and get you a whole 12-pack of potato chips. Anyway, that's what I have for you all, Leos. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been helpful. All right. See you all in the next video. Bye.